Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Georgia here, live with your wrap-up for August 3rd, 2010. Kind of a quiet market here today after we've seen some pretty volatile markets over the last few weeks. Corn ended up down about a half cent to a penny. Beans were actually up 8 cents, mostly due, and that came later in the session, after the midday weather reports came out here showing more heat and some drier weather moving into the plains. So once that had come out, it supported the beans a little bit, finishing up about 8 cents today in the beans. The wheat market taking a little bit of a break after basically straight up over the last few weeks. We had the wheat market down about 13 cents today. Still held some support, still held its uptrend, still finishing relatively quiet. So you really didn't find some follow-through selling near the close. We did finish 13 cents lower. A lot of guys waiting to see what tomorrow is going to bring and what kind of price action we can see tomorrow with that wheat. We see some strength again. This was just a little bit of a pause in a bull market. But you do have a lot of talk out there. Obviously, Russia's issues, the EU, and everything else. There's still concerns that are looming around the market. Fundamentally, in a big picture, we're probably going to have plenty of wheat out there in the world. But the charts are in control right now. The funds are in control. And as long as they continue to pour money into that market, we're going up. But as I mentioned, down 13 cents today, and we'll need to see what type of reaction we get here tomorrow after we've kind of paused a little bit today. Crude oil today finding some strength, up $1.10, puts that at 82.45 in the September contract. So that's a good move here, especially with closing for a second time back above $80. That's continuing to be a little bit friendly. We have an energy report out tomorrow at 9:30. They are expecting to see a decline here for crude oil stocks. After basically the last 2 weeks, we had seen a build in crude oil stocks. They are looking for a little bit of a decline. That's why we've seen the recent strength in crude oil. If we get that decline tomorrow, we may start off a little bit stronger, but I think guys are prepared for that. So be careful here trying to buy into that strength. You had the dollar down 37 cents today, pulling back a little bit more. We had a low today of 80.55. And if you go back to April's low of 80.51, we could be looking at this as more of a double bottom with that April low of 80.51. We do need to see a recovery, though, for the dollar back above the 200-day moving average before we'll confirm that. But that's at 81.25. So we'll need to see a little bit of a recovery here over the next few days to put some strength back into the dollar. But we did go down, hit some support early in the session, and we did rally off that here a little bit, but still finishing down about 37 cents. In the metals today, you had gold slightly higher, up about $3, putting that at that 11.87. You've got good resistance right above it at the 20-day moving average, 11.91. The 20-day moving average has been good resistance for the gold, so continue watching that as far as resistance as well. Silver was steady today, very quiet, and the stock market falling back about 40 points right now. It's not closed just yet, but down about 40 points. So finding a little bit of a setback there as far as stock market. In the livestock, fat cattle down about 30 cents today. You had feeders up about 40 cents. Probably most who are dealing with corn setting back a little bit, finding a little bit of a jump for feeders, but really not doing much technically. Still holding the uptrend, though, for feeders. And the hogs up about 10 cents. A rather quiet day for hogs. Put in an inside day on the chart. But the midday cash prices were a little bit lower, and I think that's what kind of capped things a little bit throughout the session today. But overall, very quiet. Give us a call here at 800-262-7538. Check us out on the web at allendale-inc.com. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the trading week, and we will talk to you at the end of the week. Take care.